We're in Bordeaux. I'm actually standing on Rue Camille Sauvignon. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's a wonderful street just off the main centre of Bordeaux. And we just completed our first immersive leadership one-to-one retreat with one of our clients. And out of the insights that our clients had over the last 3 or 4 days, one that was really a standout we thought we'd make an episode about is around how when you're uncomfortable and you're not being authentically yourself, you actually burn through at least twice as much energy. And what I mean by that is, so if you're not being authentic and being just comfortable in your own skin around your colleagues, your business partner, could be your friends, your family outside of work, it just takes a hell of a lot of energy and it's really not a comfortable place to be. Whereas when you relax and be comfortable being just yourself and you're not so worried about what your colleagues think, are they happy? What if I just do what they want just to keep the peace and stuff like this? You realize that actually it's a lot more comfortable. And funny enough, when you just become yourself and you're authentic around your colleagues and you relax into conversations and you're just, cultivating your relationships in work, what actually happens is people relax around you. But if you're trying to bend to other people's will, trying to always keep your colleagues happy instead of yourself, then you end up just burning yourself out. And like I said, the topic I wanted to talk about is really just being authentically yourself around other people. This is really the basics of being a world-class leader. When you relax and feel okay, funny enough, people around you will do the same. That's when it's kind of like leading by example. If you can be a good example and just be comfortable in your own skin, then it's likely that your colleagues, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your partner, your wife, your husband, all of that, everyone will relax around you and it's much easier then to be yourself. And like we said before, when you're inauthentic, when you feel uncomfortable, when you don't feel okay, when you don't feel safe, what happens is you're not in a space of clarity. And without that clarity, everything else makes sense to do. So for example, if you're feeling uncomfortable, it might be, so my go-to when I was younger, if I went to, for example, a social gathering or I was in a meeting with other colleagues and I didn't feel comfortable, I would probably talk too much. I would fill the void by constantly talking like a machine gun. And funny enough, I covered it up so well over the years that no one really noticed except my close colleagues, my close friends, my trusted allies. But it was interesting that when I relaxed into being more authentically myself, I didn't realize years later that I just stopped doing that. And that's the thing, when you become authentically yourself, it's actually such a natural state, it's such a regenerative place, a more comfortable place to be, that people will start to be really curious around you. People will start to be curious and ask you questions like, hey, how are you so relaxed? What's happening with you? What's going on here? And funny enough, when we said to another colleague a few months back when they were job hunting and they went to a recruitment event in Berlin, I said to this person, why don't you just be quiet and reflect and just be curious and stand on the side and just smile and get a drink and just relax? And it was so impactful and so powerful that one recruiter came up to this person and said, hey, why are you not desperately asking for a job? Why are you not trying to ram your CV in my face? And she said, yeah, that's interesting, right? Yes, I am looking for a job, but I thought I would just stand and watch and observe what was happening. And the recruiter said to my client, well, let me help you find a job because you've been so mindful and so reserved and really respectful. I'm going to help you because I actually want to escape this table that I was sitting at because people are desperately running towards me and it's really uncomfortable. So what kind of job are you looking for? How can I help you, kind of thing? And that's the same thing in a work scenario. It's the same thing in meetings, for example. So in the context of being a leader in a leadership meeting, for example, or a team meeting where you're running a team huddle, If you're being inauthentic or not being yourself, even before you've opened your mouth, the energy that you bring into this meeting, I'd hazard a guess that your team, your colleagues will be like, what's up with you? You know, what's up with this person? What's going on? And they might start to get uncomfortable and fidgety and start to behave in such a way that it will just cause more confusion, more uncomfortableness, and actually drive more behavior to be, well, for more people to be inauthentic. Whereas if you check your energy and you're comfortable and you feel okay and safe and you walk into that meeting, you're more likely to have the impact and results that you want.
What we mean by being authentic, it actually is being comfortable being yourself, being comfortable even with your uncomfortable feelings, being okay with them being there and not trying to change it, not trying to be somebody else or appear to be somebody else in order to distance yourself or in order to feel more comfortable. So we are not acting out on our feelings. And as a leader, it is really important because this is the only way that you are connected with yourself and connected with people around you. So when we try to hide parts of ourselves, or when we try to hide the fact that we are not comfortable, or when we are trying to be something else in that moment, we put a veil or a wall in between ourselves and other people. So no communication technique is going to help you over there to actually connect with people. It is being comfortable around them, and in that way, as Peter said, they're being comfortable around you, they're being comfortable with you. So allowing yourself to be yourself, you are giving other people permission to also be themselves too. Authenticity is also important in your sense of direction. As a leader, you need to be connected with yourself in order to have a sense of direction and interact with your inner wisdom, so to say, in order to lead in a certain way, lead in a certain direction, lead your company, lead your team, lead people around you, lead your own life. And that's one of the things that people talk about when they talk about living your purpose. Where else is that important? It is important not to have an influence, predominant influence of other people in the way, in a direction that you're going towards. It is useful to listen to other people, listen to their opinions, but as a leader, you are inevitably going to be the one that needs to make a decision. So if you are making decision against your common sense, it's more likely to be the decision that you may be regretting later on. So that is also why is it so important to be comfortable being yourself.